Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're watching this video. I hope you're doing blessed and highly favored. My name is Jada Christine and welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are doing a perm rod set on my 4C TWA natural hair. This is 10 months post big chop. And I'll also be showing you guys how I do my wash day, including a deep condition after taking out my knotless braids. If you find this video helpful, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I upload faith-based lifestyle content, including podcasts, vlogs, and tutorials. But without further ado, let's get into this video. Enjoy. First, we're going to start off with a good shampoo. I have high porosity hair, meaning that my hair is like a sponge. It soaks up water, it be thirsty. So I always drench my hair in the beginning. I use Shea Moisture Strengthen and Restore shampoo and conditioner. Honestly, if you have any recommendations on a good shampoo and conditioner, please let me know, because I honestly don't know what the best one is to use. But I detangle it while my hair is wet because I just took out my braids. It's a little nappy. And I also have this shampoo brush that I use on my scalp just to, massage my scalp a little bit more. After shampooing, I went ahead and put the conditioner directly into my hair, but this is before realizing I wanted to do deep conditioning because my hair was a little bit dry. I ain't gonna lie. Had been in braids for a minute, hadn't had my natural hair out. It needed some moisture, so I decided to do the same mask I've been doing since I first went natural in middle school. And I only do this when I just want to do a little bit extra with my deep conditioning. I start with using shea butter, raw honey, or organic honey, melt it in the microwave, mayonnaise, yes, I know mayonnaise, and then I put some conditioner, as well as an egg. Lastly, I put some oil in there and I mix it all together. Olive oil, carrot oil, argan oil, whatever oil you want to use, coconut oil, anything works. What I love about this mask is that it's put in the microwave, so it's warm when you pour it on your scalp, on your curls. It just feels like self-love. If this is what love felt like in deep conditioning form, this is what it would feel like. But I just saturate my roots, my ends, make sure that everything is coated with the mask, and then I start detangling a little bit more just to make sure all them kinks are out, y'all. If your arms start hurting, that means you're doing something right. After you are done applying the conditioner, you're going to want to put on a plastic cap. I didn't have one, so I used a small trash bag, but it works just the same. Then you want to cover it with a towel, a bonnet, a scarf, something just to lock in that moisture and create heat. After about an hour or at least 30 minutes, rinse it out and let's get into this tutorial. I use leave-in conditioner, mousse, perm rods of course, and some oil eventually. Please do not laugh at my hair, okay? What you're gonna want to do is split the front and the back into 2 different sections, then split the front section into 3 different sections. And what that's gonna do is help us put the perm rods in more organized, I guess you could say. I also used edge control on my ends just to make sure the ends weren't tangled or nappy, as well as the leave-in conditioner and the mousse on each section. I had several failed attempts in trying to get this first one on, but eventually I figured it out. What you want to do is wrap the bottom around the rod and then twirl it upward. You have to get that end sealed though, nice and smooth. If it's not tight and smooth, it's not gonna come out right. The pattern is not gonna be perm rod pattern. It's going to be 4C with the side of perm rod. I also thought that I was doing it wrong because the roots weren't that tight, but honestly, if it's a little loose at the roots, that's okay. I did this all over the front of my head, and by the time I got ready to do the back, I realized that I couldn't do the back because it was just a real struggle. So I decided to do the Bantu knots in the back instead because that would give me a similar curl pattern. This is what I usually do. Bantu knots all over my head, but I didn't think that my hair was long enough, but it is. Look at that. After that, you just want to make sure that you put on a scarf or a bonnet before you go to sleep. I recommend a scarf because a bonnet will not tie down the perm rods as securely, but I did both because why not? As you can see, your girl was very excited. The next day, I was going to get a tattoo. I was getting my back piece done, which you'll see in the next vlog if you subscribe. But yeah, you want to make sure that your hair is completely dry before you take the perm rods out. I put some oil on my fingertips before I take them out just to make sure that I don't mess it up, frizz it up with my dry fingers or nothing. You have to take out the rods very specifically. It's not that complicated, but you want to keep the curl pattern. So as you take off the rod, you are curling the curl in the same way that the perm rod curled it, if that makes sense. Then after you do that, you're gonna have one big fat coil. So you have to separate them and do the same thing, coil the hair in the same direction the perm rods were. Here is a closer look on how that is done, and make sure you do it. If you decide to do Bantu knots, you wanna do the same thing with Bantu knots. I absolutely adored how it came out. I missed my natural hair being around this length, so I was excited for my curls to be back, and I was so glad it came out right. Not only that, but I was really excited to get that tattoo. This is probably 90% tattoo, 10% me being excited over my hair. This is what it looks like without picking it out. And I still have to take out the Bantu knots in the bag, but I was pretty surprised that the Bantu knots came out the same way. I was a little bit nervous that it wouldn't, but I was really happy with the way it came out in the back as well. Maybe it was more like 70% excitement over the tattoo and 30% excitement over my hair. Anyways, after you do that, you want to pick it out. This is the final step. Don't walk out the house without picking your hair. The way this step is done is based off of preference, but it is a requirement. If you want a lot of volume, you want to get at them roots, but be careful not to pull the pick all the way to the ends of your hair. If you pull the pick all the way to the ends of your hair, the curls will come out and it's not gonna be looking right. So just get at them roots, pull them up, stretch it out, shape it however you want it to look. Please do not make the mistake of wanting length more than definition, because I've done that before and I ended up just picking out the entire curls and it looked ridiculous. So keep them curls intact. This is when I realized how much I liked the way the back came out. I told y'all I was nervous that the Bantu knots weren't gonna match the curl pattern, but yeah, it ended up matching it pretty well. I literally could have just did Bantu knots in my whole head, but next video. Then of course we want to do some edges, some baby hairs, some whatever you want to call them, some swoops, some swiggles. And I use instant control, edge control for that as well. It's the only edge control that gets my 4C edges laid. Actually, it's been lagging a little bit, I'm not even gonna lie, but it still gets the job done when it needs to. And voila, here are the final results. And I just want to leave you guys with this reminder that your 4C hair is beautiful, whether it is manipulated or not manipulated. So take care of it and love it because it loves you. And I love you too. And Jesus loves you too. Have a blessed day.